Georgia State Senator Colton Moore has been suspended from the GOP caucus and removed from the Senate Freedom Caucus after calling for far-left Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's investigation into former President Trump to be defunded. Moore, who represents the most northwestern district in Georgia, motioned for an emergency session of the Georgia legislature to consider and review the actions of Fani Willis shortly after she announced her RICO indictment against Trump and a number of his lawyers, advisors, and associates. After writing to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, Moore said he would be seeking to strip the district attorney's office of all funding as the result of her partisan inquiry into the former president. He also asked supporters to sign a petition intended to stop the weaponization of our justice system at the expense of taxpayers. Governor Kemp immediately threw cold water on Moore's proposal, stating that it violated Georgia law. There have been calls by one individual in the General Assembly and echoed outside these walls by the former president for a special session that would ignore current Georgia law and directly interfere with the proceedings of a separate but equal branch of government, he said during a press conference. The Georgia GOP took things a step further on Thursday by suspending Moore from the Republican caucus. Still, the Georgia senator maintains that he did the right thing in pursuing an investigation into the district attorney's conduct. Today's removal is a direct result of me calling on my Republican colleagues in the Senate to do their job and sign onto an emergency session to investigate Fani Willis, Moore told Breitbart News in a statement. The Georgia Constitution clearly outlines the legislature's power to call an emergency session to investigate a judicial officer. After urging my Republican Senate colleagues to join me, they responded by acting like children and throwing me out of the caucus, he continued. I stand by my Republican principles. I stand by the Republican platform. I will continue to serve as a Republican senator from the great state of Georgia. Unfortunately, now I will be forced to refer to my colleagues, who ran on being Trump conservatives, as the Rhino Caucus.